Hey, you know what, man? This person, you guys know that I like to honor the people who are doing a little bit more than just a professional thing, because you're one of the GOATs. But as a person, as a human being, as one of the voices of the city, I don't think that there's too many voices that compete, man. Some people call you Dr. Detroit, Detroit Radio, Dr. Darrius. What up, though, brother?
What up, though? Good morning. What's up?
What up, though?
What up, though?
Listen to this show all the time, man. So it's kind of surreal to be sitting right here right now.
Hey, you know what? And I want to make sure that we do this as much justice as we can, because I got some pictures as well, just so people can understand who aren't familiar. Just the legend that this guy is. Look, bro, just kind of looking through the history. I mean, you even got baller pictures with the GOAT, Steve Eiserman, man. Rasheed Wallace. I found it. You're an icon. I don't know if you understand quite the kind of the impact, because it's not just like the sports, it's not just the radio. It's the fact that you continue to strive to make a difference in the lives of so many youth and people, for lack of a better term, like me, who wanted to be able to find my way into something like this. And even the first game, like, there was people like Rod Beard and James Edwards and you. I was just walking. You was like, Woodward. I just remember it like yesterday, man. And you gave me so much confidence in that one conversation, man.
Wow.
And every time we see each other around the Pistons world, you give me so much like advice and things of that nature. And it's just like, yo, this guy, I want to make sure we can honor him. I didn't know that this was going to be, at that point in time, you know, that the WJLB career was going to be wrapping up at that point in time. So I was like, when I heard that, I was like, we got to make sure we honor you, man, and get you on here.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate the kind words. You know, it is kind of, I look at myself as a regular person. I pay the same bills everybody else pay around here. Mm-hmm. So, you know, it's kind of hard to look at myself the way that other people do. As of recently, you know, it's kind of weird that my kids are starting to recognize who I am, or, you know, just kind of like, you know how you go through stuff and you clean up and you like, oh, let me just clean. I've been the last month, I've been around the house just doing like house chores, cleaning up, busting down the junk drawer that's been a junk drawer for about 8 to 10 years. And you just find these old pictures and, you know, like the Eiserman photo, and you say, wow, like I really
there
did
it is.
that.
Yeah,
So,
man.
Yeah. It's crazy, but it's fun, man. I love Detroit. I love the community. I love small businesses. I love to see them grow. I love to see, you know, kids make it to every level that they achieve to make it to. And then at the same time, man, Detroit sports, oh my God.
Different level.
Talk about it.
love our energy right now, man. And for you guys to sit here and talk about it
Let's go.
day after day. My brother moved from Detroit maybe like 20 years ago. He lives in Las Vegas. He's probably watching right now.
Let's go. Shout out.
So shout out to my brother Michael in Vegas, but he watches religiously. So he's
Shout out.
a bandwagon. He's asking for his seat back for the Lions, and I told him he can have it back. So.
Was he really hoping that the Lions would beat the 49ers last year to be able to see them in Las Vegas?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then, you know, Vegas and California, you know, they're neighboring states. So you got a lot of people from San Fran or, you know, those football franchises in California. They were giving him the business for the last 5 to 10 years. And for him to literally have all the ammunition to basically fire back at them was cool to him, but he was a little heartbroken. He said he was talking a lot of trash while we were up, but he was heartbroken like everyone else when we lost.
And just to, you know, kind of introduce a little bit more of that career, you've been pretty much the voice of the city, voice of Detroit on the radio waves, at the biggest events, the biggest concerts, for what, almost a 2.5 decades, 25 years?
25th year. Yep.
DJ
June
Extreme.
of 99, I started, you know, straight out of high school, went to the league like LeBron did.
Let's go.
Yeah.
But, you know, left high school. I went to Specs Howard.
Shout out
I got an
Specs.
internship at 97.9 with D. John Mason, who's the Pistons public address announcer.
Detroit
legend.
basketball.
And I started there and just kind of moved up and, you know, did some interning, of course. And I got my first shift. Believe it or not, my first shift was the Quiet Storm. So imagine me. Imagine me on air trying to, you know, I'm super hype, energetic. I'm on here trying to sound sexy.
Right.
That is crazy, man. And Dr. Darrius, I appreciate you coming on the show, man. You a legend to me.
Yeah.
You are really like ingrained in the fabric of Detroit. I mean, I grew up listening to you DJing and on the radio, and I just wanted to ask you, like, what do you think is behind maybe the revitalization of Detroit, man? Like, this is becoming more of a destination city, and I know they've cleaned up downtown a lot over the years, but you know, people like us, we know Detroit has been a beautiful city the whole time, but what do you say, you know, what do you think is behind maybe this revitalization of Detroit?
I would say the combination of sports and music.
Yeah.
You know, like, for instance, you know, downtown was a ghost town. It was crusty and dusty.
It was.
The Penobscot building is where the radio station was, so we got a chance to see it every day, walk in and, you know, in the morning and leave out in the evening and see Detroit. And, you know, the possibility was always there. But I want to say one, it was definitely sports. You know, in 03, maybe 02, 03 when the Pistons started winning and going to the Eastern Conference Finals, you know, I got a chance to see people in bars and nightclubs for watch parties slapping fives, you know, guys that normally don't do that, you know, and it was a festive time. And that was like one of the, you know, I kind of created a conversation of I wanted Detroiters to have a day, and it was 313 Day, and that conversation inspired from radio. So I know sports was one, and then music, we were like on the cusp of it.
Yeah.
You know, one point in time, like, we didn't even like our own music, our own sound.
That's
the
true.
East and the West wasn't necessarily together, but I can honestly say it was the sports. It was them Pistons.
Yeah, and you know what? You've seen when you were kind of just getting hot, getting into your rhythm.
Yeah.
It was when our sports teams, the Tigers, even the Red Wings, the Pistons, they were absolutely electric, man. And going through the history, you see all of the pictures with, you know, the 04 Pistons. I know that you also host like the reunion get-togethers and things of that nature, which is so fire, and it's dope to have people who remember what it was like. But one thing you haven't seen is these Detroit Lions. Obviously, you know, outside of this regime, you've never seen this. You've seen the effect that a winning Pistons team had. You've seen the effect of a winning Red Wings team, and I saw you got your family at all the games.
Yeah,
like you're a true Detroit sports head. But the Lions right now, man, how's just from your perspective, how's that impact been on this city, man?
It's been
and just
huge.
on you as a fan too.
I mean, me. I'm gonna just jump in the same boat with the fans in the city, because we've been all, and you guys too, we've all been in this together. But to see their success right now, to see that, you know, when you have a coach that everyone wants to, like, I would suit up for Dan Campbell right now. I don't know what position I would play.
Right.
That's a cool.
You know, it would have been kicker before, but we've got a solid kicker. But, you know, I would suit up for Campbell, and just the direction that the organization is going, man, it's beautiful to see them win, on and off the field, in and out of the communities as well. Because, you know, even I feel like this. Your record can be what it is, but you can be number one in the community as much as possible. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's what I credit the Pistons for all day. But to see the Lions where they are right now, it's so surreal. My trash talking is up right now. Against everyone. I'm wearing every Lions gear.
Right.
And, like, I got an old Ty Mopkins starter jacket. I'm busting them out.
Nice.
I got a
Get me fired.
And I have an all-white Lions starters jacket that I've never wore. Ooh. I will only wear it when we win the Vince Lombardi.
Stop it.
Only time I'm pulling that jacket out. So,
energy.
I don't care what the weather is in New Orleans. We might have to break it out.
That's real.
So, yeah.
Cool,
that's real.
I'm telling y'all, man, he's a legend. Getting prepared already.
Yeah,
and you know what? The Detroit Pistons, I know you've had a really good history with them.
Yeah.
You've done a lot with the events and things of that nature, and you've seen a lot of Pistons basketball. You've seen the winning, you've seen the foundations. And there's a lot of fans right now who they're a little skeptical, or they're a little apprehensive. They don't know, you know what, is this something we can believe in right now? Even though we believe that they've brought in some of the right vets, they brought in a completely new front office, completely new coaching staff, and these people want to tackle this. They want this. And Cade Cunningham getting a bag, man.
Yeah.
Where should people be as it relates to the Detroit Pistons right now?
Man, you got to believe. You got to believe like you believed in the Lions. You got to think. You know, the Detroit Lions were the Pontiac Lions for the longest.
Mm-hmm.
The Pistons were the Auburn Hills Pistons for the longest. They got to come back and earn that Detroit grit. The Lions have earned that Detroit grit.
Earned it.
And so, it may take some losing at first, but, we got to get comfortable with going up. And, even with the old regime, I think they were, pretty decent coming from where we came from. If you look at the books where we had Blake Griffin, Derrick Rose. We were paying Josh Smith for so long, and he had. I think he played a couple of games. He maybe never played at LCA. So it's as a fan, you got to roll with it. You got to stick it out. We seen what winning was, 88, 89. If you go back that far, 03, 04. We just got to stick it out. The Detroit Pistons are becoming the Detroit Pistons instead of the Auburn Hills Pistons.
Hey,
so. You like what they've done with Trajan Langdon and Fred Vinson and I'm blanking on her name, but the Nike exec who's now
Melanie Harris.
Yep. Like, it seems like they're making moves like I don't want to say like the Lions, but with that in mind, let's just reshape this all. Yeah, it's got to feel good, right?
Oh, absolutely. Anytime you get a chance to, get a clean plate and put some new food on it and eat. The K deal was huge. That was something that fans wanted to see. We wanted to know that we had a superstar to get behind and stay behind. He's not leaving, and it's not like the 04 Pistons where you never really had a quote unquote superstar. You just had a bunch of guys that were veterans that were put together. So
yeah, and I feel like it would be cheating our audience if I didn't ask you about your perspective of that 04 squad. My perspective, if the Pistons win right now, will be from the beat, writing about it, observing, asking questions, and there are some relationships behind the scene. You, though, were in the middle of everything. These guys are your friends.
Yeah.
These guys are ones that repost you and that you're doing things with. And talk to us just about kind of that experience, especially for those fans who have that experience. There's a whole generation of them, adults, bro, that have no idea what that 2003, 2004 Pistons team and that era was like.
Man, it was huge, one for, the sake of, I have kids and I want to see the city just come together. The Renaissance was obviously going to happen, but, that team meant so much to the city, which meant a lot to me. I saw the love and the energy that the organization put into the communities, and that just made people say, what, I'm driving to Auburn Hills.
Yeah.
Win, lose, or draw, I'm going to the game. And then for them to win it, like I said, it just brought a whole different light. For me as well, because I've been around different sports organizations, but, guys are like my brothers, like Rasheed Wallace. That's my guy. Happy birthday, by the way.
Hey,
shout out.
He celebrated his 50th on Wednesday, the 17th.
Hey, shout out.
Yeah, so don't lie, baby.
Shout out to Sheed. But just being around those guys, man, like I learned a lot. And the one thing I can say is out of every organization that I've been around, this team has been like close, like family, like not just the team, but the people in the organization.
Yeah.
The kids, the families, like all were like
it was a true brotherhood
tight,
when they
true
say that.
Brotherhood. I'm like a New Year's Eve gathering, from just anything, man. It was just a tight core group, man. Like on and off the court. So great look for the city for sure.
That's awesome. This has been great. I know you got some, KG.
Yeah, just last question. The doc is in, man. I gotta ask him about music, man.
Music and wrestling if you want to.
Oh, we'll keep it to the music.
Yeah,
I know we already gone over. You saw Neil Rule walking here crazy. But
he was about to light us up. And
no,
like, wait.
Right, he had to realize who was in the chair.
Oh, the doctor's in.
Right. No, but
all right.
Doc, got to talk to you about music, man. And of course, Detroit, like you said, music has been a big part of why the city has come back. Our pillars, of course, Eminem, Big Sean, but we created a style of music that kind of started with Dexo Sama and kind of got taken mainstream by the T Grizzlies of the world, the Sada Babies, the 42 Dugs. Who are your like Detroit artists that you really are like going to bat for right now?
Everybody. I mean, it's so much talent here right now, man. Yeah. Like, I get record companies calling or, record reps like, who's on fire? Man, everybody, bro. Y'all might as well just set up a record company here in Detroit, the metropolitan area.
Ooh. Yeah.
Because everybody's on fire right now, man. I
mean, if somebody could do it, and
there's so many artists to name right now.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, like, to even see where Detroit music is right now, the Detroit music scene is just so up, up here. But I can't even. I can name. I mean, Babyface Ray,
I love
Bo2, Skilla, V's. It's too many artists to name, man. Like, and then I can go eras like generations. So
man.
But the music scene is alive and kicking and on the rise. Like it's
the other cities are biting our sound.
Yeah. Oh, like it's been like that for sure.
Yeah, the Detroit sound is bled into the mainstream.
To the burbs. Yeah, like it actually people understand like who is T Grizzly, who is Sada Baby, and all the names that you just mentioned.
I gotta say Doughboys Cash Out because I think that's who really kind of
they were
that's
some
who
of the
really kind of bust the door open. Actually, I'm gonna say he's not even from here, and this could be a long conversation, but I'm gonna say Jeezy. Jeezy took the chance
he showed a lot
on Doughboys Cash Out.
He showed a lot of love.
That's
took them, worldwide.
That's
and even looking at the comments, people was like, why did he choose them? And why they didn't switch their beats? And they got A-list producers, but they stuck with their sound. And look what it did. Look what it did. Dang. Brought a lot of attention.
That's real.
He's a go-getter.
This has been dope, man. I love Broder, dog. It was epic. I was like, man, he did. That's a bar. We gotta
I know Jeezy songs. I know the Jeezy songs. Which one I can remember? Got you.
I had to make sure, that we paid the acknowledgement. But Dr. Darrius, man, thank you for your time today. Thank you for making the effort to get out here. It means a lot. You are a legend.
Appreciate
a legend, man. Like I said, not just professionally, but what you do in the community and how you carry yourself as an individual too. Thank you, man.
Yeah. Thanks for putting on for your city.
Thank you. I mean, it's continual. It's nonstop.
Yeah,
man. I couldn't come in here without wearing a Tigers jersey because look what the Tigers are doing right now.
Yeah, man. They gonna make it, man.
We could talk for another 20. I've been wanting to ask you about that jersey, that hat. It is the best logo.
One more.
No, it's the best logo in sports.
Absolutely.
Like, we got the chat was lit up. Crazy Clown in the chat. It's like, man, that old English D on the jersey. Just so clean.
This is the one they should have had on 94 right here. This D right here.
Nice.
Hey, let's go. And
what a pleasure.
And you know what? We got a couple giveaways as well. Again, thank you, Dr. Darrius.
Appreciate it.
We got a little overtime, so you guys better make sure you continue to hit that like button. Y'all better make sure that you put some good words in the chat because the overtime that he provided gave you guys the time you needed to get some more merch giveaways. So you see what I'm saying? You guys are winning because Dr. Darrius. Right. Let's rock, man. Let's rock.
Let's go.
So from the Feldman Mailbag segment, Ed O'Neill.
Hey.
You're going to be the winner of the merch for the Feldman Mailbag giveaway. And Jeremiah Bayer, you are going to be the winner of the 150 like giveaway. He was in there really going hard for this.
Oh, yeah. I've seen comments all day long.
Smash the like button.
Ed's been in for years. Jeremiah, I see him all day.
Yep.
Chat's what makes our show. This is how we start growing this baby. What a show. Thanks for joining us, Dr. Darrius.
It's been dope.
Talk Lions, Tigers, Pistons, Red. We hit everything today. And Shohei Ohtani.
Yep. Hey, if you are a merch winner, email. You want them to email? You going to continue to? You want them to hit me up?
You got it.
Hey, Kool-Aid at woodwardsports.com. Get in touch with me, and I will tell you all the details so we can make sure that you get your Woodward Sports Shop merch. But thank you, chat family. It's been an epic day. The last show before the Detroit Lions, they bounced back against the Arizona Cardinals. I'm feeling confident, man. And it's been a great show. Thank you, Broder, for putting this thing together.
A pleasure.
It just flowed. And then just saying, you know what? It's going to be a chill Friday type of show.
That's what's up.
It was epic, man. And chat family, again, got to make sure that I show you guys some appreciation. But let's break things down. We'll start with this elite, wonderful, illustrious, magnificent, great, stupendous, hard workers, dogs, better than the rest. I'm talking about the elite. In the sound booth, we got Detroit's #1 draft pick. That is KG, a.k.a. Black Hollywood.
Hey, you know it, bro. First off, go Lions, go Tigers for this weekend, man. Shout out to Dr. Darrius for joining us. Man, I can't believe it, man. Detroit legend, man. But shout out to my team in the chat, man. Great show today, and let's keep this shit rolling, man. Y'all know what it is.
Let's rock. Woodward Sports is MVP. It's a Friday show. Usually it's the TD booth, Dr. Darrius, but Fridays and Tuesdays it's the TD booth.
Grant.
Woodward Sports MVP, JB Smooth.
Man, why you gotta tell him that? Come on now, dude. Hey, I second KG with everything. Shout out to Tigers. Shout out to the Lions this weekend to go get that win. Also my Spartans as well. Get this win as well. Michigan, not so much. Y'all can chill with all that. But
Here we go with that hate.
we got a legend over here in the match
Damn
chair.
right. Tell him,
Hey,
Doc.
I see him. I see
Tell
him.
him,
I see
I
him.
see you, Doc. I see you, Doc. But still, my Spartans all day. But man, shout out to Dr. Darrius for making an appearance here, yo. Well, this is unreal.
Yeah, bro, they didn't even know. They were like, wait, he's coming in. He sent me the VMix link. I was like, oh, he's coming in. They were like, oh, snap.
Man, I'll be here all the time. Just shoot me the invite.
I got you.
appreciate it.
How about this? Anytime you're in, you want to just come talk?
Absolutely.
We got
here.
a seat ready for you.
Let's rock.
Yeah.
Hey, this is our credentialed Tigers reporter
Okay.
and writer for the network. And you know what? Just football, nowhere. This is Matthew Broder.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys to chat everything this week. You are what makes this show run. I appreciate everybody. Let's have a great weekend. Give me that ball. Let's chest pass, baby.
Let's rock. It's your boy Brandon, aka Detroit Kool-Aid, your credentialed Pistons reporter and writer for the network. And I wanted to make sure I saved this one again for last. Dr. Darrius, Detroit Radio, DJ Supreme. Honestly, just a community impact superhero. Thank you for giving us your time today, man.
Appreciate it,
Thank
man. Thanks for having me. For sure.
Yes, sir. And thank you, chat family. You guys, you crushed today. Let's continue to zoom through this like goal. If you haven't gotten an opportunity to smash that like button, share the stream, put some love in the chat as well for Dr. Darrius. Thank you guys. Go Lions. Let's rock,
sir.
man. It's been Wake Up Woodward. Fired up.